Okay, we are live. Good morning, YouTube. This is one more immersion in Talking Talk. Talking Talk, it's a platform where we can learn different kind of languages. And today we are having a conversation in English, and we are gonna talk about regret situations or conversations or things that we would like to have done, but we didn't. And why we didn't, or it was about our fear to fail or something like that. And well, presenting myself, my name is Bianca. I am 29 years old. I am a PhD student in the demography area. So I study population basically. I'm not in here in platform. We have a lot of IT guys. I am not an IT girl. Not exactly, I guess, because I program, but I program just for populational database. So I work with census. In Brazil, we have PNAD. We have a lot of populational data about health too. So I work with these, with populational data, and I program for this. And I am studying education and labor market now, analyzing the bias of gender and race. So if we have the equal opportunities to get into the labor market, depending on our educational background. So I am trying to see this more or less. And I have been in Talking Talk since November 2023. I'm about to do 2 years in here. I have to make a party to celebrate this moment. I will talk with Felipe about that. And well, I'm living in US nowadays in Philadelphia, and I don't have too much social life now, not anymore, because I have to work a lot until the end of this year. And okay, it's my job. I'm glad to have this opportunity. But it's this. And you, Karine, could you present yourself for us?
Hi everyone, I'm Karina. I am 26. I currently live in a city near to Lisbon in Portugal, but I'm from São Paulo. I am here in Talk and Talk since January this year, I guess. I work as a product designer. In my free time, I like to go to the beach, walk, read, this kind of things. I have a cat. She is my Shodor. I live with my husband here as well. And yeah, I think that's it.
Did you find classes of, I think that you do some fight and pole dance,
Yeah,
right?
I found a jiu-jitsu near to my house, but it's really, really expensive. So I
Ah,
will wait a little bit. And the pole, I also found a studio to do, but they are in vacation this month. So here it's really common just close the things to have like a month of vacation.
I really would like to have this opportunity.
Yeah, like about the rent, about your students, we don't care. We are taking a vacation. Okay.
Okay, yeah, but it's a very beautiful, I don't know, it's a dance, it's not a sport, right? It is a sport.
I think depends of the type you do. We have like a lot of types of pole dance. I think that the class that I took in Brazil was more sport, but we have dance as well. So it depends of the class.
Okay, it's very beautiful. Good luck with that. And you, Aleph, please, could you introduce yourself for us?
Good morning again. My name is Alf Gomes. I'm 31 and I'm married. We have a daughter who is almost 2 years. So we live in Fortaleza, Ceará. And I'm talking for 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, that's it.
And what do you do for a living, Aleph?
Oh, I'm software engineer. Um, yeah, I have 10 years of experience.
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, it's a lot. Congrats about that. And okay, yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, let's do this together. And why are you learning English? Do you have some specific objective?
Um, I want to travel abroad, maybe next year, but I'm trying to teach my daughter to be a bilingual native. So, yeah, it's working, and I'm improving my English to teach better.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you for being here. And you, Michael, could you?
Hello everyone, I'm Kaeli. I'm 29 years old. I live in Goiânia, Goiás, with my husband and my two cats. So I'm married, I don't have any kids. Um, I work with clinical trials, but I am a PhD student too, as youngest. I study about association between hypertension and intracranial pressure in people. So it's a clinical trial too. I'm on my 4th year of my PhD, so I'm finished. I'm here in TalkNtalk since January of this year to improve my English, and I think that
Very nice, Michael. Thank you. Could you repeat your object in your research, please? I didn't understand well.
I evaluate the association between hypertension, high blood pressure, and intracranial hypertension, the pressure on our school.
Okay. And how do you measure this? Like you put something inside of the brain of
It is a sensor that I put in the screw and measure the minimal variation of the screw. It's a non-invasive measurement.
Very nice. Very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you very much, Michael. Okay, so starting our conversation, let's start with you, Karina, please. The question number one. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word regret?
For me, I think it's some friends that I've lost in life. I think sometimes I have a regret about this, thinking about what happened, why you get distance from each other. Maybe I didn't I don't know, have more sports to be alone, more time. For example, I have friends, not my friends anymore, but I had friends on the high school. And we are now like completely strangers, or even the college. We are not completely strangers. Like, what happened in the middle of the way? So I have like regrets about it. Specifically like during the college, because we had a group of 4 girls and they still friends, 3 of the group, and I'm not with the girls anymore. And I don't know what happens in the middle. I don't know if we're like different taste about things, different goals in life. But I have a regret sometimes, like, oh, should I reinforce? I don't know if reinforce the word more in this relation to work well. So I think I have a regret about some friendships that I lost.
Yes, I completely understand. I never thought about that, but I have too a group of friends that they are still together, and I am not. But maybe in that moment it was a class difference, like they were really rich and I wasn't actually. So nowadays they are in the same circle, I guess. So I could find some explanation about that, but it's weird because I really liked them. But it's nice. Maybe someday maybe someday we can try to approach again. But yeah, I don't think so actually. But okay, I understand you. And you, Alf, do you have sorry. What is the first thing that came in your mind when you think about regret?
Oh, I think the first thing that comes to my mind with regret is I have a I have a feeling and I think that it's okay. So, but the problem is because it will keep in my mind or in our mind, if I can say it. Um, and it will stay here in my mind. And some things I will do and I will remember, and oh my God, that's regret. So it's a problem because it will keep my mind and maybe give remove focus on other things. But I think it's necessary because sometimes we need to regret, regret, and learn about it. So yeah, it's necessary something sometimes. Sorry.
No, it's fine. So it's a general feeling for you. And okay, a source of acknowledgement. Yeah, we can learn. I agree with you that we can learn a lot from regretments or the things that we regret from. And you, Mikaeli, what is the first thing that came in your mind?
I think about the chances that I didn't take because I was afraid or insecure when I was younger. Uh, but for me, regret is not about mistakes, but because mistakes help us grow. I think about the things we didn't even try in my life. I think is about that. Nowadays, I try to not regret about the things. I try to do everything, but when I was younger, for me, do choices like the video, it was very difficult. Nowadays, I'm living this kind of things about making another choices. I think when I'm finishing some phase of my life, like the PhD, I'm very confused because I don't know what I will do in the next. So I think it's very important nowadays in my life. So I try to not regret of something, but in the past, this is very focused on was very focused in my life.
Concurso público, Mikaeli, please focus on that. Do this. I truly recommend. It's my hope, I guess. Like finishing the PhD and trying concurso público. I hope so, but let's see. But I understand you too. And well, for me, I am very similar to Karina, I guess, because I remember some friendship that I had and I regret to do not um put effort to be with them for more time, I guess, or we fought in some moment and I didn't try to approach again. And we could have done that, but I didn't. And mainly about conversations. Like imagine that you are having an argument with someone, and then in the moment you don't have the right arguments in your mind. And then when the discussion ends, you go to your house and you start to think about arguments that you could have talked in that discussion. I have this, it's frequent to me, like ending a discussion and then later thinking about, oh, I could have talked at this and that, but I didn't in the moment. So it's the kind of regret that I have very frequent. And well, I think it's that. But regret to me, in most part of the time, it's about um like I prefer do the things, thinking about regret, I prefer do the things to and then uh sorry, it's better to me to the things than regret to not doing that, I guess. So I prefer this. I don't know if I was clear, but it's a difficult topic, sorry. But okay, moving on to the next one. Aleph, with you now, please. The question number 2. Do you believe regret is useful emotion? It's a useful emotion or just something that holds us back? Can we use this or something that just make us stuck in the same point, thinking and thinking and regretting about these stuffs?
Um, I it's hard, but I think it's useful. It can be both useful and limiting. It's useful when you can learn and grow something, but it can hold us back if we're thinking about it every time. So I think it's a useful emotion, and we can learn a lot sometimes, not just with our things, but the other things and other people passed about. Yeah, I think I guess it.
Okay, I got it. And you, Mikael, what do you think? What is better for you?
I agree with Aleph. I think regret can be both useful and limited, depending on how we deal with it. I think the feeling of regret it's awful. Like you said before, think about the moment uh, uh, after they live in the moment, and then think about what I can't talk about that, and the only feeling it's awful, but it's important because regret can show us what we truly value and help us make better choices in the future. Um, I think the the regret is not the problem itself. The problem is not learn about the situation with the situation. Um, I think that, but the feeling of regret is awful. I hate.
Yes, me too. But I agree with you both that we can overcome it, maybe learn from it. And we have a lot of opportunities in the life, I guess. We can learn from it and not enjoy, but aproveitar. Let's see. You can take the next opportunity, I guess, to do better and do not regret so much about what passed, because what passed, passed. We can't do anything about that. What do you think, Karina? Do you agree? It's a great.
I agree with you all. I think we can learn and grow with the situation, but we also can like overwhelm or overthink about it over and over again, and can be like really, really bad for us, like for mental health. For example, regret about a situation is not good for us because we can change. Most of the time, we can change the situation. For example, I have another situation that I regret. That was my grandma was in the hospital before she died, and I went for almost 3 months, and I went to the hospital just one time to see her. And sometimes I think, oh, I should be there like every day to see her. But was in the hospital, was during COVID. We had like a lot of things at the moment that was impossible to be there at the moment. So I regret about that. I should be there more times. But I did what I could at the time. So it's a regret, but also I'm in peace with this because during her life, I did a lot of things with her, for her. So I think we can overcome, I could overcome this feeling because I know I was there for her during her life. So I think we can also have regrets, but use regrets in a good way, don't feel like regretting and just regretting and didn't do anything, or thinking in the bad way of this. I think we can be useful to learn and to get peace with your own regret.
Yes, for sure. Learn from it and do not be stuck in the regret. It's not funny, but yeah, in my mind, regret now it's very close to guilt because it's that we regret about something and feel guilt about that. And I am stuck with this word. I'm doing therapy and we are trying to think about guilt because I feel guilt all the time because I could have done that, but maybe it's regret. It's not just guilt. Now I'm realizing that. But sometimes you feel guilt too. And regret about this stuff. So I agree with that too. And okay, thank you very much. And going with you now, Michaeli, please. Um, do you remember the question number 3? What's one decision from your past that you wish you had made differently about profession, about, I don't know, anything, alimentation, health?
Yeah, I when I was younger, I think I found it easy to distance myself from people. So, like Karina said in the beginning of the immersions, uh, I I uh, I distance from a lot of friends that in the college or the university. And for me, it was very easy. I don't like some situation and I distance from them. So I think if I do that nowadays, for me it's more difficult because I don't have a lot of friends. I think because of that. And I did that with my brother too, because when we was younger, we fighted a lot, and then, and the moment I decided to distance from him, so I think is that I think for me, I regret from distance from a lot of people that I I could think more and try to solve the problem in another way. I think is that.
Okay, I got it. Yes, yes, okay. Um, okay. And Karina, and for you, do you have some situation?
I think like I'm happy with my big decisions. So I changed my career during the years, but was like natural. If I could change the college that I went, the course that I went, I didn't, because I'm happy with my choice. But I think this is small things that I regret. Like, for example, Mikael said to push harder with a friendship. Or every time that I think about my dad still in Brazil, and I'm really close to my dad. I have like the regret that I shouldn't I couldn't hug him so hard that I shouldn't, like I need to do that more. So I think just this kind of small things that imports a lot for us. I think I regret a little bit. But with my choices, like the main choices, I'm okay with.
I like it to hear that. With my big choices, I am okay. I regret about some points. It's nice. And you, Alifi, could you remember something?
Uh, Not in this moment. Because I don't like thinking on my regrets, and every time that I try do something to be better. So I think I don't remember. Maybe don't learn the English in the past, but it's normal because I'm seeing the importance to learn English right now and take my daughter and get some things. So I think that the the problems, everything that happened, build me to be who I am right now. So I try never thinking on my regret. So, oh my God, I can't do it. Yeah, that's it. I try every day be a better person and do my best. Yeah. Oh, to finish, I need to go now because my baby woke it up, and I need take care of her.
Okay, no problem. See you, Aleph. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Hmm. Um, I was thinking about what Michael said about your brother, and I fought up with my dad too, and I don't know. I'm afraid to regret about that in the future because now I am too hurt to talk with him again. And it's a long time like that we are in this moment, but because I can't agree with him, like his opinion is totally against me, my existence, like everything in me. And but I really love him, but I don't know what I can do in this sense. And another thing that I really regret is that girls, I smoke too. And I started when I was 18 years old, and I am trying to stop for 2 years. I have been trying to stop doing this, not 2 years, 1 year and a half. Yes, 1 year and a half, more or less. I am about to do 2 years that I am trying to stop, actually. But it's too hard. I regret so much the first time that I picked at one cigarette in my life. And it's really, really sad. I'm trying to go to the gym. I'm trying to eat better. I'm trying to, yeah, do exercise that I said, taking medicine, change habits. I'm trying to do everything, but it's a disease, I guess. It's really, really, really sad. And I'm afraid to regret. Yeah, I'm afraid about my future, I guess, how it will be if I continue doing this. Because of this, I'm really trying to stop, but I really regret the first moment that this happened in my life, I guess. But okay, decisions that we make. Uh, okay. And moving, I don't know. I don't remember by who I started. I think now it's with you, Karina. And let's see. The question number, yeah, I don't know. Would you like to choose another one? I was thinking about the question number 6, but you can choose another one.
Yeah, a 6 it's a good one.
Okay.
Do you think regret is more about what we did or what we failed to do? Just one thing, Bianca, about your father. Once my therapist said to me, you can love someone and don't admire this person 100%.
I
So
admire him like 0%. No, maybe 10, because he's a work hard guy, I really admire that. But the rest, it's too much. But okay, I will get it. So could you repeat, please? We can love someone and
We
do not.
do not admire 100%. This person 100%.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, but the question 6, I think regret is more about what we didn't try, actually. I think it's something that we didn't, in my point of view, because sometimes it's something that I we think about do, but we don't have like courage enough, or we don't have like self-confidence enough to do, or we are shy in the moment. For example, I have a regret. Once I was in a meeting in my job. It was an important meeting, and I was the only person in the room that have like lugar de fala. I don't know, because the subject was about my role, and I didn't speak because I was shy. I was new in the office, was in English, so was not confident enough to talk. So a lot of things, and I have a regret about it because it was about my role. So my point of view there was super important, and I just agree with all stuff that they say, and was not 100% right, but I was like so shy, and I didn't have enough confidence to talk. And so I think was regards more about things we didn't, that we fail, or etc.
Okay, thank you very much. It's deep. It was nice to think about that. Do you agree, Michael? Could you add something? And for you?
I think depend the person. In my case, for me, I put a lot of pressure on myself and try to be perfect in everything. So for me, if I failed, for me it's worst because nowadays when I decided something, I decided 100%, and I don't regret of my choice. So if I decided to do something and I failed, for me it's worse because I had the chances to do not this kind of situation. So I think depend the person. For me, failed, it's worse than did not do uh, don't do that.
Okay, different points of view, and I think that I'm gonna be in the middle because I feel like this and that. I can't decide because I feel regret in both, like the things that I didn't and the things that I did. Oh my God, this is so bad. But okay. Let's see if I can answer this one. Yeah, I don't know. I regret about both, I guess. I can give examples about these both situations. When I failed, like sometimes I regret about things that I talk at because I was talking with my therapist these days, and I was like, I am a trouble girl. Like when I am always in trouble with someone, and I think that I am a trouble girl. I'm the problem. And then she said to me that I'm not the problem, is because when I see something unfair, I can't just stay quiet. I go in there and talk. And sometimes I regret to talk, because I have a fight with someone, an argument with someone, or a problem with someone because I didn't stay quiet. I could stay quiet, but when someone say something very absurd to me or do something very unfair, I can't just staying there and looking to that person. So I think that because of this, I'm the trouble girl. But sometimes I regret to be this kind of person. I would like to be more, I don't know, indifferent to the things, I guess. And so in things that I failed to do, yeah, I think it's the same conversations that I had and I would like to didn't have, I guess. But okay. And going to the next one with you, Michaele, how do you usually deal with your regret? Do you sit with this, like think about this, avoid it, talk about this, ignore it?
Oh, I can't ignore it, unfortunately. I usually suffer with it until I find another regret to suffer with. So I always suffer with my regretments. Unfortunately I stay alone every day in my life. So I think a lot. And when I have a regret to suffer, for me it's awful because I think a lot about that. So I'm always suffering with that, thinking about that. I need therapy. I know.
Oh my God, I need therapy. It's awesome. I don't know if you have time to do that, but they have a very good package in the online, therapist online. You can find someone that you like more, maybe.
Yes, I know, but I don't like so much talk about my feelings, so for me it's difficult.
Okay. And then every Tuesday, I am here putting the finger in your face. I am sorry, Michael. I will change, okay? In September, I will change for another subject. I'm thinking about a new propose, like to think about a phrasal verb and thinking how to exercise this phrasal verb in the questions. And well, but we will change. It's just a moment. Okay. And for you, Karine, how do you deal with your regret?
I think sometimes I avoid it, sometimes I talk about it. I think it depends on the situation, but the most of time, I think I try to not thinking about it, I just avoid because I think when you think about your regrets like a spiral. So you are like thinking and thinking again and thinking about other regrets and what didn't you do at the time to have like to have a different action at the time. So I try to not overthinking about my regrets. So sometimes avoid. Sometimes I go to therapy to with some subjects about it. I need to schedule my therapy because I'm ignoring my therapist. And to talk about it, for example, this one about the friends that I've lost, I think it's related to because one got married this weekend, and I was thinking like about it. Oh, she got married, was the guy she knows like during the whole life. So I know both. I used to know both. And I think so, well, I don't know, sometimes I think it's late to talk. So, well, congratulations on your marriage. I don't want to be fake, to do that. It's like it's genuine. But I don't know how the other person will interpret that. So I don't know. Sometimes I think, sometimes I try to avoid. I don't know.
Do it, girl. Just send a message. It's better to uh,
Yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes I don't. I have like my concern is about how the other people, the other person will receive the message. I'm not being fake. I'm trying to be genuine, but I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense because we are like totally different now. So I don't know.
okay, I see it. I see it. Um, in my case, I overthink about the things. I don't think this overthink is the right word. Maybe it's neurosis. I am maybe a little bit neurotic, thinking and thinking about the thing a lot, like an obsessive neurotic. And then to solve it, I try to solve it. I try to dress a plan to solve it, like my situation with my dad. I keep thinking, how can we overcome it and be more close, like trying to talk about other things and not about the things that hurt me, but at the same time, he doesn't respect that. And to me, it's really hard. But other things, like about smoke, for example, I am trying to fix it. So when I regret about something that I did, or yeah, when I regret about something, I try to fix. I try to learn from it and change the situation, I guess, to stop regretting about that because I will keep regretting in this regretting mode about that, about this subject, I guess. So I have to solve it. I can't just ignore it sometimes. But yeah, but when it's I have this about conversation. When it's a conversation that I had and I would like to have talked something, and in that moment I didn't, I try to put in the paper or send an audio to myself in the WhatsApp because I have to put this outside, and yeah, help it. To me, sometimes helps. But okay, and moving on, I think it's now with you, Karina. Can regret sometimes push us toward positive change? Can you think about an example that a regret that you had helped you to change?
I think the two that I've already said, like one with my grandma, for example, I think now I've learned someone that I care goes to hospital, you need to go there every day. I think that's one. And the second, it's related to that meeting that I have. I think I should be more active to talk more because after the meeting, I will probably overthinking about didn't say anything. So I think be active, like be proactive in this kind of situations. It's something that I would like to do now on. So I think there's two kind of situations that I've learning something about.
Okay, and do you think that when we are aging, our vision about regret change? It's the question number 14. How do you think age or life experience change the way that we feel regret? Do you think that when you get old, will you regret about the same things, or this will change? It will be bullshit, like, oh my God, I regret about that, but nowadays doesn't make sense.
I think will change because the priorities of life change. I think when I was like a child, my regret was about not eat or not buy something. And today I think it's more mature. It's more related to situations that I've carried in long term. So I think it's normal because we are growing up, we are getting more mature, and I think the priorities change and our regrets change too.
Yes, I totally agree. And you, Michaeli, uh, do you think that I'm sorry, I forgot what is okay, number 8. Can regret sometimes push us to positive change? Do you have an example?
Yes, I think it's possible. Using the same example, nowadays I value my friends much more, and I try to not to distance myself from them despite problems. Uh, is as a if I fight harder to maintain these friendships, and I don't sweep the small stuffs. I have more patience. I think that I try to learn with my past regrets. But I think that, and I agree with Karin. I think our priorities change with our maturity. Probably if I have had this maturity in the past, I I never distance from friends or my brother. I think I need maturity to think more in this kind of regretments and value in a different way, I think.
Okay, and when you imagine that you are old now, like 15 years old, how would you look at your regretments nowadays? Can you think about that?
I'm 15 years old.
Yeah, more
Oh my God.
15-ish.
Probably when I was younger, I was very sensitive. I think so. Probably I suffer a lot. I cried a lot. So I think in the past I suffered more than nowadays with that.
Okay, I got it. I'm just trying to pick a vocab that we had today. Okay. In my case, let's see, I think that we can learn from our regretments. I tried to do this until today, but because regret to me it's very close to guilty, and to stop to feeling these two sentiments, I try to fix it most part of the time. But sometimes I can't fix, and I just have to overcome it in another way, I guess. Just accepting that I can't return to that moment and trying to have different moments in the future. And I don't know, sometimes I feel so stuck in some kind of thought that imagine that I am 15 years old, I could look at me nowadays and think, why did you lose so much time thinking about that? Like this is a point in your life, like your life it's too big. This is something that you just stop at and kept thinking about this for a long time. And you would have done other things, just overcoming it and not getting stuck in this for so long, I guess. But okay, we have some vocab today, mainly about should have. Eu deveria ter ido, I should have gone. Eu deveria ter falado, I should have spoken. Eu fiz o que eu pude, I did what I could. Nós brigamos muito no passado. We fought a lot in the past because I was thinking about this verb, fight. And eu briguei muito. I fought a lot, I guess. But mainly this, I should have. No, 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 no. I forgot the name of this. Thanks.
I think should is a modal verb.
Uh-huh. And then it's with present perfect, modal verb plus.
I think so. I'm terrible with grammar.
Yes, me too. But okay, we can study more. You can study more. We can study more if you want to. But yeah, it was about this, the grammar part of our conversation. And then next week we are gonna talk about joy, happiness, and it will be another feeling, another kind of feeling, a different stuff. It will be more light, I guess. So things that make us feel alive, mainly. So it will be that. Thank you, girls, for today. Do not think too much about your regrets or think better to change it. But thank you about the conversation. I could think about a lot of things, and maybe I'm gonna talk with my dad after this conversation. But see you next week. Have a good